This is SleepWalker Radio, and we're here with 5G.
What's up, y'all? 5G, Five Finger Posse. I'm here, man. Philly, 215. Yeah, man.
So, Bet, how are you feeling?
Feeling real great. Feeling positive. Feeling energized.
Yeah,
Feeling like the
that's
Energizer
wonderful
bunny
to
right
hear.
now, you know? Yeah, I'm feeling real good, man. I always feel good, though. So
Yeah, you say you
try to
just
keep
took
myself level-headed.
You just
at
took a
all
nap
times.
before you pulled
Yeah,
up.
you got to. Sometimes you gotta, like, get rest before you, like, you know, start something important.
Mm-hmm.
Before you hit the stew, before you get, you know, interview or whatever, like, you always gotta make sure you, like, charged up for that.
Mm-hmm. That's wise.
It's a part of your career, so
You're forgetting.
yeah, you gotta be. It's too important. A lot of people don't understand how important sleep is.
Yo, very important. Very important. You do it for a third of your life.
Yeah,
you're
exercise and
supposed to.
sleep is like the two important number one thing in life to like go after. Like more important than money.
For sure.
What's your go-to exercise?
I work on my core. I try to work on my core a lot, but mainly it's like basic stuff. I don't even go to the gym.
You like work out though?
Yeah, I just work out at the crib. I do like jumping jacks, push-ups, sit-ups, the basics. Keep myself fit, you know, stuff like that.
Tough. Yeah.
I don't want to go too hardcore and start pumping weight and stuff like that because I might be all
Yeah,
buffed up, you
that's
know, like
unnecessary.
try to look like Brian Pumper out here and shit. I'm cool.
Shout out Brian Pumper.
Yeah. Friend of the show.
So where are you from?
Well, a long story. Like, I'm from West Philly, but like, my childhood, like, I was like adopted when I was a kid, like 3 and
word.
shit. So like, I got family out in Jamaica. My mom, my real mom, my blood mom's Jamaican, and I got two older
shit.
brothers in Jamaica.
Word.
But I never met them, cause I was in a foster home when I was younger.
Mhm.
Got picked up at 3, came to West Philly, like 55th and Market.
Gotcha.
So yeah, 55th and Market Street is where I'm where I would say I'm like from. I wouldn't say I was born and raised, but I was definitely from there. And that's kind of where like Five Finger Posse, like the name, and like 5G kind of like derived from. Being on 55th and just being on 55th Street. Yeah, I was on 55th Street a lot, and just being on 55th Street, and plus like when we was coming up, just like we was doing a lot of like thrift store like shoplifting shit, like shit like that, and like stealing shit from like supermarkets and stuff like that. So we was like Five Finger discount, like everything was like 5. So we just always like related, you know, initiated ourselves with the number 5.
That's I was gonna ask you about your name and just how you feel now with the whole like 5G.
Yeah, yo, it's kind of bro. It's
every
crazy.
Time with the 5G, you see
because
it every time
bro,
you see
when
a
I
commercial.
when I started that name, bro, like that name though, 5G wasn't even like it wasn't even existed. It was like 3G and 4G and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
When I had started that shit, so yeah, bro, that's kind of crazy, bro. It really is kind of crazy, but I don't know. It kind of. I wouldn't say it's in a way because even when I still look up my name on like YouTube, it pop up, like my stuff pop up.
Mm.
But if you just look up regularly, like if you just search 5G by itself, like you'll find like a lot of 5G like data, information stuff.
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
But if you look at like 5G music video, you'll automatically like see all my stuff.
All your shit. Yeah. Exactly.
I was thinking that though when 5G first started, when the 5G network first started, I was like, damn, should I switch my name and shit? Like they kind of fucking my wave up. But yeah.
Especially there was a lot of press about 5G, but you know maybe you got a couple accidental Google searches because of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you? I mean, do you think 5G is like infiltrating our brain waves and turning us into mutants and shit?
I don't know. I used to. I kind of am still like really hardcore like conspiracy theories and shit.
Word.
I was always like that when I was younger. Like since I was in high school, I used to like look up a lot of shit, like way too much to the point where though like I feel like it affected the way I think. I was just actually watching a video about how like if you consume certain information, that's literally how you like look at life.
Yeah.
So I was just like, maybe if am I looking at this shit wrong? Like, you know, like, I don't know. Like, that's why I say I don't know. I just don't know, you know?
Yeah,
I don't think anybody knows, you know? Now, you don't know unless you actually, like, live in that life and you're actually, like, the dude who's making the 5G. You feel me? You gotta be the dude. You gotta, like, know the dude. So I can't really say it's real or not. But I'm aware that it's a topic. I'm aware that people talk about it. And it is kind of suspect with the whole towers. The cell phone towers that they got and all that. It's kind of suspect.
And how they just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I seen, like, if you drive up and down 95 from, like, here to New York or here to DC, you see endless towers.
They say that it affects the frequencies in neighborhoods.
Kill.
Yeah.
So when did you start making music?
Five Finger Posse, as a group, started making music, I would say 2014.
2014.
At that time, I started the group about I would say 2012, 2013.
So you started like Five Finger Posse?
Yeah, me and my homie MK, we was doing hella like thrift shopping, thrift store like jugs and shit, and that's how we kind of started the name. And we linked up with Crab, Morg, Mojo, Sub 9K, Block, like around probably. Well, Alvin Abyss, his nickname is Block.
Gotcha.
But Alvin Abyss, probably around like 2000. We was cool since probably like 2010, like early 2000, early 2000 type shit. So we was always homies, yeah. But we started like really thinking about like really making a group and shit, because we always like we were just, you know, it's the kind of started with like us being around Rittenhouse Park a lot and Love Park skating. At Love Park and City Hall, back like the old City Hall, bro. I miss the old City Hall with all the ledges and shit, like the real City Hall where they had the stair sets, the rails. Do you remember that?
I wasn't around there.
Yeah.
I just moved here like last October.
Oh, okay.
I was in
so you don't know too much about the vintage
really,
Philly. Yeah, man. Like the old City Hall and like back when they had the Salvation Army thrift store on what was that? Not 13th. It was like 15th or like, nah. It was like 20th actually. 20th and Market. That was like one of the best thrift stores. Everybody know what I'm talking about from Philly, like, cause like everybody went there. Like anytime you went there, you came up on like hella good shit, like old school starter shit. You feel me? Like that was back when like motherfuckers was wearing hella like streetwear shit. A lot of sportswear around like the Cool Kids era and like. You know, Chuck English and Michael Rocks and Currency, Wiz Khalifa and all that. Like, that shit was crazy. Like, when the snapback era was popping off, like, we was them niggas that was like, all right, we gonna fuck with the snapback shit, but we not gonna wear Mitchell and Ness and none of that. We was rocking, like, Starter, Solemn, fucking Pro Era, you know, all the real vintage shit. So, like, we was always going after that, going after the Polo, the Tommy, the Naughty. All that shit, like we was attacking that shit. So that's really how all that shit started, because we was just always like bouncing each other's influences off of like fashion and just like the music that we listened to was like Kool Keith, a lot of metal bands, fucking like we was listening to metal bands, Kool Keith, MF Doom.
Do you fuck with System of a Down?
Yeah, Morg did. Yeah, Morg was fucking with System of a Down heavy and shit. I was listening to like Metallica. Fucking what else I was bumping Metallica, Shabazz Brothers, fucking what's the other dude? I can't remember the other group name, but they're fucking crazy. But yeah, a lot of metal bands and old school hip hop and shit was like really what we was like on and shit since like we was young boys. And me personally, I was like, my main influence was Pharrell always. Like Pharrell, literally, like everything Pharrell did since I was a kid. Like it's the only thing I really looked at. Like was Pharrell, Nego, and like that's pretty much it. That's kind of like where I got like my fashion like inspiration from. And as far as like the whole group, like we got so many influences, bro. Like when it comes to like old school hip hop and like Prodigy, Mobb Deep, fucking Purrp, of course, you feel me? SpaceGhostPurrp was a heavy influence on us and shit. Down south, like fucking Tommy Wright the Third, You feel me?
course.
Tommy Wright the Third, 3-6, of course. 3-6 Mafia was heavy influence for us. Like, shit like that, you know, like Project Pat, fucking Lil Keke. Lil Keke from out Houston, Texas and shit, like all that screwed up shit.
No, you can definitely tell.
Yeah.
You can hear it in the music.
So that's like originally how shit started. So they had, as a group, they started doing music at probably like 2014, 2015, and I started. They came out with the around that time I was doing my graphic design and I was doing hella art shows. So I was making merch for the group. Basically, I was doing the merch shit and doing all the art shit.
Interesting.
So like, I started rapping like a little bit after all of them. So I wasn't on their first projects. I wasn't on. What's that joint called? Trapped in the Trenches. I wasn't on Trapped in the Trenches and Bitter End. The Bitter End was the first project. A lot of people probably don't remember the Bitter End, but the Bitter End was
the blue cover, right?
Yeah,
With the
crazy project. You got it. Yeah, the Bitter End was a crazy project. So like that joint and Trapped in the Trenches was like 2 projects that I wasn't on, and then that's when I had came out with my solo project Fifth Land, and that shit went crazy. It was like right after they had dropped their Trapped in the Trenches. We're working on Dying and shit. Yeah. So I dropped Fifth Land, and then like that's when I had started my music, and that was probably I believe 2015, maybe 2015 for sure, late 2015 and shit. So that's when I had started. So we like 6 years in for sure, like 6 years in. So
that's kind of not that long, honestly, for like what.
It felt long. Cause it's a lot of this shit like back in that time for like almost like a blur and shit.
Right.
Yeah, not facts.
Shit
But like
very different now than it was then.
Yeah, it's not the same.
a lot of people we interview are like, yeah, I've been doing this shit since I was like 10 years old. Like,
Yeah.
but nah, did y'all skate?
Yeah, we skated heavily like back out like I was saying, Love Park and City Hall and shit was the main jumps. I never really went to FDR that much, but I know homies that go to FDR. Yeah. Yeah, cause I don't skate ramps and shit. A lot of us was skating flat ground and shit, like skating ramps and like all that like weird like loops and shit.
Yeah, no,
cool.
FDR.
Yeah,
shit is nuts.
So it sounds like you were more of like a art, doing artistic and like design and shit.
Yeah, I was making so much abstract.
Rapping, right. So when did you start doing that?
I started making art. I would say probably in 2011, 2012.
Word.
Back when I was in high school, my homie had we was all at lunch, and my homie had a old Photoshop joint, old Photoshop disc from like the 1990s, and we was just all cooling and shit. And he was like, "Yo, somebody want to Photoshop this? I don't do this shit. I know somebody probably can make something happen with it." At that time I wasn't doing art, but when I was younger, I was I used to draw, make the Dragon Ball Z shit and all that, like all the young boys used to do. But I always wanted to like really make shit and like really like make shit happen in like the scene, just like the whole like, cause I seen how the like shit was going and shit, and like art in the art world and the fashion world, especially in Philly, and Philly like. We don't have that now, but back in that time, like when I was doing my art, a lot of motherfuckers we was doing hella art shows. Art shows was popping way more than music shows. Like people don't even remember that shit. Hell yeah, art shows was we had the art shows, and then we had music artists linked with the art shows. So it was like so like that's how it used to be. Nowadays you don't even hear about like art people having art shows and all that. So I used to do art. I used to do like hella art shows, doing graphic design, but I never went to school for it. But I just taught myself. When my homie gave me the disc, I went dummy hard on that shit like every day. So I was just like making hella shit. So now I'm here and making all my cover art and making the merch and all that shit. So yeah, bro, that shit took me far, bro. For real. That shit took me hella far because like I don't have to answer to nobody. I don't have to ask nobody like, yo, can you do this? And it's so annoying too because like since I do my own shit, I be having so many motherfuckers hit me up like, yo, can I like make a cover for you and all that. But I just don't. I'm so uncomfortable with having people do that type of shit for me. Like I want to even like learn how to direct like music videos and shit. I really want to like really get really into this like shit, like the industry, like really something crazy, like something deep type shit. Cause I'm like literally trying to like make like just attack my goals that I've always like wanted to do since I was a young boy. So
Facts.
yeah, man, I definitely want to like direct music videos and like shit like that. And I don't know, man, just like becoming like an A&R, something like that. Like I really want to like help out too, like
shit.
Yeah.
Keep it growing,
I was saying you definitely laid out like the groundwork for you to be able to like make that type of move now.
Yeah, I got a whole lot of other plans too, and for the future too. But motherfuckers getting older, and like honestly, like the music shit is cool, but like there's so many other, like I said, so many other things that I want to do. So,
what's your favorite album design that you did, or like top 2, 3?
That's a good question. My favorite one that I did is my recent one that I did, the Damaged Goods cover. That shit is like
too vicious.
Yeah, that junk too vicious, and like motherfuckers think I had painted that junk, but I really did, and that's all Photoshop. That's all Photoshop work.
Word.
Yeah, so like
I thought you
a lot of my art, like a lot of people think I be paint. I be like in the crib like on some Basquiat shit, but like I wish I did. I wish I could. I do have some like paintings and shit, but not like that detailed. Like
you got like a
paintbrush
trackpad.
Yeah, me and a couple of my homies. I got a couple homies that I used to bang with. We used to be in the art group when I was doing my art, so I'm still cool with them, and sometimes I link up with them and we just like kick it, drink some wine, and just do art, have an art night.
That's
shit like that. Yeah.
When you do shit like for your your album cover in Photoshop, do you have like a thing that connects to your computer that like you draw on that helps you draw? Like how do you
like Illustrator? Nah.
Like a like the iPad like pencil thing.
My laptop was touchscreen, but I had cracked it.
Damn.
So unfortunately, I can't use the touchscreen anymore until I get it fixed. But yeah, like my laptop that I do have is touchscreen, so a lot of the shit that I can do is like straight off hand shit.
Word.
So yeah, that's the cool part about it.
Yeah.
And I got a 3D software joint, so I make like a lot of like some of my new one of my new cover arts that I had made is like all 3D like design. So like yeah, I've been like fucking with 3D design shit. I got something in a tuck right now that I'm working on. I'm not gonna speak on, but it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy because I'm working on something like totally different aside from like just that group shit. Like, yeah.
Exciting.
That's lit.
So yeah, Damaged Goods. Yeah, Damaged Goods is definitely my favorite cover so far, and I got a lot of good covers, but like Damaged Goods is definitely my favorite one. And I'm working on Damaged Goods 2 right now. Mm-hmm. I already have the cover done for that John. That John might be my favorite one too. Like might be one of my favorite ones too.
Why is Damaged Goods your favorite one? Just
man. Damaged Goods is my favorite one because it really like that album really like it means so much. It's like it just relates so much to me and relates so much to where I was at that moment when I was recording that music.
Cool.
A lot of my other music before Damaged Goods, it was just all like, I would say like dark, like real dark, real like like some of my like a lot of our music was like super demonic, like demonic shit. Like so and like since the pandemic and shit, I was in a 5-year relationship. You feel me? So like, I had like got me and my ex, we had broke it off and shit.
Oh shit.
So that shit was kind of crazy.
Yeah, that shit.
You feel me? It was kind of crazy for me and shit. So like, it was a weird moment. It was just weird time. I had to like really like just like really work on myself and really work on like just learn how to be by myself type shit, be alone, and just like like that shit was a lot. That shit was really a lot for a nigga and shit. So like. Just like dealing with that, it was like a lot of shit that I was going through around the pandemic like is on that album.
Thanks.
Like, but every other music or every other album I made, it wasn't that touching. Like I never put that much emotion in that shit. I put the most emotion into this album like viciously, like to the point where it's though like. Nigga, like I had some deep ass moments with that album, bro. Like, and I still do be having deep ass moments. It's like times when I look at that cover and it just fuck with me and shit because like that cover and shit, the shit that's around me and shit basically represents my emotions and shit. Like voices in your head and shit.
Got you.
You feel me? Like this, you see?
Yeah.
Like voices in your head and shit. Like just like, and like I cut my legs off and shit right here.
Yeah.
And I'm in a wheelchair because I felt like I was like crippled and shit. Like, you feel me? Like, so it really mean, like, it's a lot of meaning in that shit. And I really wanted people to get that shit. Like, I really wanted my fans and my supporters to really like understand. But they did because like, I really like, I'm like low key like an open book and shit. Like a lot of motherfuckers tell me that shit because I'm Aries. Like a lot of Aries motherfuckers really just be like an open fucking book. Like, and I can't help it. But like, yeah, so like,
my mom's Aries.
You can probably tell that I was an Aries before I even told you. Yeah. But yeah, bro. So like, I was just going through a lot of shit, and that album means way more than any other album, and it will always mean way more than any other album. And like, the fans got it and shit. They understood it, and they was like, damn, and they still fucking with it. Like, and like, man, yeah, that's top tier. Like my best album, best piece of work ever. Like, and I'm trying to like, that's what's so crazy about making an album like that, because it's like now when you try to make more music, you trying to chase that shit now. Like now I'm trying to beat that genre. You feel me? So like now I just gotta fucking go harder and shit.
Facts. I definitely would say Damaged Goods stands apart from all your other releases.
Yeah, it's not different.
It's just very different. I would actually have a few questions about it if you were down to like go in. You talked about it earlier, but like, when did you record it? Was it all during quarantine, or was it like before or after?
Some of the songs was before quarantine. Some of the songs was, I started recording for Damaged Goods in 2018.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like that's why when I was saying like I was working on that album for like 2 years, 2.5 years, I really was like, cause all throughout that time, like during my relationship, it was a lot of like turmoil and shit in my life and shit that I was going through, like not financially, but just like fucking just like real life shit. You feel me? Like when motherfuckers dealing with real life shit, like people don't understand that type of shit when you're an artist and shit. So it was just like that. Like I was just dealing with so much shit. So I started like at that time, like in 2018, making some songs, and so in between 2018 and 2021, yeah, was when I like felt like I was finished with the album and shit.
Got you. What was the first song you recorded off of it?
If I could remember.
Yeah.
Damn, bruh. I actually do remember. All right, bruh. Yeah, it's crazy. The first song I recorded off that album was Energy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. The first song I recorded off that album was Energy and shit. It was Energy, and then it was, I believe it was Final Fantasy. Yeah, it was Energy. So I had those songs in the tub for 2 years, literally. Just sitting and shit. I was just sitting on them joints. That's the longest I ever sat on music. Like, I never sat on because before, like, Damaged Goods, I was, like, super hype on dropping. Like, I gotta get shit out. Like, that's how I still am like that now, but, like, I don't feel like I have to do that as much anymore, because I feel like I'm more, not comfortable, but, like, I'm making some good guap, so it's not like I'm not really like I'm not worried that much like about the music shit like I used to be and shit. And I never really cared about being that like famous and shit. Like it's whatever to me. The fame shit is hell, honestly. But yeah, so like that, man.
So before, like, obviously this process for recording this album was different than it usually is for you. But like, what was like your typical like process for making an album before this one? Or like, and
just trying to like think about the coolest shit to say. Like that's why I was like, it wasn't that much meaning in my last in my previous music and shit. Now how I write my music, like, and I always wrote my music, like every piece of it. I don't freestyle shit like most people freestyle. Yeah, I never freestyle. I be telling my homies not to freestyle and shit, but they don't listen. But I never freestyle, so I'll be rehearsing a lot at my crib when I'm like just chilling and listening to beats and shit.
That's sweet.
So like all my music was written, everything that I spit is written. But yeah, so like the process and shit basically be like, like I gotta be in the crib and just like listening to beats, or if I'm like walking somewhere and I'm listening to beats, I'm like writing at the same time. And shit.
How'd you get your beats?
Through fans. Like I never had to pay for beats. Like
people
that's
would
the
copy
shit
your
about it.
beats? People would copy your beats?
No, what you mean?
They just send it to you?
People copy my beats. I don't make beats.
No. Like, would copy beats for you. Like, because you have mad beats with, like, and I've always kind of had mad beats with, like, established producers.
Yeah. That's, like I said, like, motherfuckers just keep sending me beats and shit.
Word.
Yeah. That's the cool part about, like, where we at now. Like, we never had to pay for beats, though.
That's
so,
sweet.
Like, I just be, like, motherfuckers just be in our DMs heavily, like, yo, like, I'm trying to send you some beats, bro. What's your Gmail?
That's fire.
So that's just how it be. So that's the cool part about it and shit. I don't even charge fans for features. Like I feel like I'm the only underground nigga that don't charge fans for features. It's just annoying. It's annoying.
Yeah.
Like it's too annoying. Like because it's like I'm the type of nigga. I'm like, all right, you can just send me a song, and if it's fire, I'ma hop on it because honestly, I feel like I'm the type of artist where they're like. If I'm gonna charge you for a feature, that shit gonna be like $500, bro, and you're probably not gonna want to pay that, John.
Mm-hmm.
So
and then it's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to even like make you feel bad or anything like that. Just send me the beat because it's not really that deep to me anyway. Like the money's not that deep. I like creating music. That's how I started music anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't start music to make money. I just started music to just do music because that's what I really wanted to always do. So I never really cared about the money for real. So.
Another question about your recording process. Do you stand up or sit down when you record?
I stand up.
You
gotta stand up.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yo.
Because you need all your air and shit. You need all your oxygen to come through your body and shit. If you sitting down when you're recording, most people the only artists who sit down when they're recording is R&B artists.
For real?
That's what I heard. A lot of engineers tell me that.
A lot of rappers that we've interviewed, when I asked them, they've all said they sit down and record.
That's weird.
I mean, I've only asked
you can
2
tell
or 3
when you listen to music.
Yeah, that's so weird.
And then if you go on Twitter, because I was just like, I saw someone on Twitter recording sitting down. I think it was Cardi or some shit, and I was like, wait, do all rappers like sit down when they record?
Nah, I cannot sit down. It's so
clips
uncomfortable,
of
yeah.
Random rappers just sitting down recording.
Sitting down and recording is so uncomfortable. I don't know how people do it. Like I gotta stand up. I always stand up when I'm recording.
That's lit.
Yeah.
Another question about Damaged Goods. You like switched up sonically. You switched up your sound as far as your voice, and you had done it on like other
previous
features and shit.
EPs and stuff like that too.
What was like because it's like pitched up but also auto-tune, I think.
Yeah, it's auto-tune and pitched up.
What's the reason for that? If you have any.
I just wanted to make a different vibe.
Good.
Like a lot of my other shit was like dark shit. Like like a lot of my other shit was just mad dark. Like, so I just wanted to switch up the vibe, make it more bright, make it more not playful, but just make it more like put more emotion into it instead of just like raw rapping. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm like why I'm on the way I'm on now, because like. It's just like it's a different time too, like times change, people change, waves change, frequencies and all that, vibrations, feelings, energies, and all of that. So like, yeah, that's the reason why I switched my sound, because you can't stay the same, man. Like I don't believe in being stagnant.
I fuck with it because it's like a pretty drastic change, I would say, but it like worked out for the better.
Yeah.
Especially with the project and everything around it, and just
a
whole nother.
And it just comes with being a visual artist first too. Like that's the thing. Like with me being a visual artist, I like to experiment a lot. So like I never really like to stay in one place when it comes to like music too. And even like if you see me every day, it's crazy because like people say this when I'm at work, but if you see me every day, bro, like fucking like I don't like. My outfits change. Like I like the way I dress. It's based off my mood. Cool. So I could fucking like I could wear this today And then tomorrow, like earlier today, I had a fucking suit on. Just for no reason. You feel me? Like, for no odd reason. I just had a suit on, like, a black suit on, all black. Like, niggas like, damn, bro, like, you killing it today, bro. Like, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, man, like, they like, what, you got an interview and shit? I'm like, nah, bro. I do have an interview, but not a job interview. I just, you know, and I'm not going to wear this at the gym. I'm probably going to change my clothes. But that's just how I am, man. I like playing with outfits and shit. Like, you feel me? Like, that's what life is all about. You got to have fun, man. Like, got to have fun. You ain't got one life to live, so. However, you gotta make life, you gotta make life the best in any possible situation you in. You know, like in your most down situation, your most up situation, you still gotta make life as best as possible. Yeah. So yeah, I try to have fun with life and shit, and just like play around with shit, experiment.
I feel that. How'd you get DJ Nick to host it? Cause there's like another version which like he hosted. That happened, right? So, yeah.
I can't even remember how me and DJ Nick like linked up. But I did meet him in person a couple times too. Well, like he's cool as fuck.
He is cool. I never met him either, but he seems cool.
Yeah, man, we cool with Ant too and shit. Like he said Ant and shit. Cause that's his brother.
Oh.
Yeah, you know that. Like, yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, DJ Nick is A$AP Ant's older brother and shit.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah. So like we had got invited, like when Ant came to Philly and shit to do a show, we had got invited to come to the show and shit and watch. So that shit was sick, yo. It was like actually last year or 2 years. Yeah, it was like right before the year before the pandemic and shit when he came to Philly. So. And yeah, we was out there and shit with the whole Marino gang and shit. But yeah, man, like. So yeah, I'm kind of linked in with DJ Nick and shit. Like, I had linked up with him probably like 2018. I don't know how he got hip to my music though. I don't know how it happened. Actually, no, I do know how it happened. It was Wi-Fi God. It was shout out Wi-Fi God and shit. It was through Wi-Fi God because Wi-Fi God was getting his tapes hosted by DJ Nick, and like I think DJ Nick had peeped me through Wi-Fi. So yeah, that's how we had linked up and shit. And he was like hosting couple of my singles and shit back in like 2018 and 2019.
Word. And
he had wanted to host my project. Like officially it was supposed to be hosted by DJ Nick, like, but I only did it on SoundCloud. It was officially supposed to be hosted by DJ Nick on Spotify. I know that, but like business wise, I wasn't sure how to really like go about that when it come to like label shit and all that. So I was just like, I'm gonna just have you host it on SoundCloud after I like release it after like a few weeks and shit. Let the streams go up. I don't like this. That's the thing now. Like when it comes to my music now, a lot of people probably peep. Like we got I got a distribution label deal probably like in 2017 back when we did the No Jumper shit. Word. So like when I had dropped the Porn album and shit, I was telling a lot of my fans like, yeah, like I'm gonna be dropping shit on Spotify, blah blah blah, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora and all that, and it's not going on SoundCloud. Motherfuckers never understood why I was saying that. But now like you probably know, like when it comes to like label shit, like you gotta make sure your streams go up. Like you gotta make sure that's the only reason, that's the only way like labels gonna keep fucking with you and shit. If your streams going up, like then you going up. You feel me? If your streams go up, you go up. If your streams not going up, you're not going up. So that's really what it be and shit. So like it'd be a lot of business in that shit. So that's a lot of shit that I still gotta learn, and I probably like, who knows? I could be getting fucked in my deal. Like real shit. Real shit. Bro, a lot of motherfuckers like a lot of motherfuckers could be getting fucked in these deals. Like that's why I say I want to learn that shit. I really want to learn the business and all that. Like definitely. He was trying to like when we first got the deal, she was trying to offer me his lawyer and shit. But one thing I learned, never take a the label lawyer.
Nah, fuck.
Yeah, no,
they all know
just
each
trying
other.
to
Yeah. And they all work together type shit.
Yeah, they all work for the same company.
Yeah.
You still got the distribution deal?
DTLA.
Yeah,
DTLA Records.
I was gonna ask you about that.
You got fucking what's it called? The dude from DC on that joint too. What's his name? He on MMG. Fat Tro.
Oh, word.
Yeah, Fat Tro's on there too. Wi-Fi's on there.
They just handle like the distribution of this
Yeah,
shit?
handle the distribution and shit. We get advanced and all that. So.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So that's the cool part. Yeah. Get paid to drop music and shit. Sick. I don't have to wait for my streams to go up. I can just get my shit off the rip, man. If my streams go up even more, then I get back in. That's really what that shit be like. So.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah.
Especially when I feel like the best type of deal to sign these days is more like a distribution.
Distribution, yeah. No major labels and shit. No major labels at all. Cause at least with at least with distributions, you still get to own all your masters and like your catalog and all that.
Exactly.
So you get to do whatever you want with that shit.
Yeah.
So.
Exactly. To bring it back to like when you first were starting off, well, just because I feel like you haven't really done an interview in a few years and a lot of shit has happened since then, and I feel like it'd be cool to kind of just start from the beginning and just like go forward if you're down to.
Hell yeah.
I bet.
It has been a minute. It really has.
Start like 2016, 2015.
Well, this is just like a
2017 was our
random
last
question.
interview.
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
right? The last. Oh yeah, something that I wanted to ask was how'd you start fucking with like the B&B niggas during that time?
Well, we started fucking with B&B based solely based off of SpaceGhostPurrp because that was his group. So like like we automatically got linked with them because of SpaceGhostPurrp. He was our cosign. He had co-signed us like early as fuck. Like
yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, we first like when they first dropped like one of our first songs and shit. Like we got the SpaceGhostPurrp co-sign. So that shit was sick. Like, he was sharing a lot of our shit and like just fucking with us heavy and shit. And so like we was going up like dummy early. Right. So.
Have you ever like met him before, or is it?
Nah, yo, that nigga dummy mysterious, yo. That nigga Rey Mysterio was like the real Rey Mysterio, bro. Yeah, bro. Nah, I never met him though, but like it was funny because like you remember this? I don't know if you probably remember it. Chapo had a show in Philly and shit.
Mm-hmm.
We had brought Chapo out, and it was because of Space Ghost. Space Ghost was supposed to come with Chapo.
Yeah.
When Chapo was like first started music, like that's when he had did that Yams diss and shit.
Yeah, we used autotune.
RPMs, yeah, RPMs and shit. Shout out Yams.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was when he did that shit, and he had came out to Philly, did a show with us and shit, and Space Ghost was supposed to come out, but he didn't come out. So yeah, it was so many times we were supposed to link with Perp, but we didn't meet Perp. But we met like Denzel Curry and shit.
That's cool.
And we met like at not Rolling Loud. We met Denzel Curry at Ham on Everything show. So that was sick. We did a show with Lil Ugly Man. We did a show with Project Pat.
Damn,
did a show with
right?
Did a show with fucking fucking R.I.P. the dude from Ghetto Boys and shit.
Which one?
Bushwick Bill.
Kill.
Yeah, he came to Philly.
Word.
You know how we linked up with Bushwick Bill, bro?
Huh?
Fucking his son listened to us.
For real? That's crazy.
Bro, his son listened to us, bro. Like his son was listening to us, and he was like, "Yo, I gotta fuck with Five Finger Posse, yo." So he literally solely came out to Philly just to fuck with us and shit. Like that shit was sick, bro. And then we did it. Yeah, we did a couple shows. I think we did like one show with Tommy Wright, and Black. We did a show with Black Cray, 1000 Band, Lil Pete. Did a show with like Tracy, fucking so many people, bro. Like we did a show with fucking Fredo Santana.
That's crazy.
And shit. Yeah, so many people, bro.
Cause y'all were like around during
in that era and shit. Yeah,
everything was just like colliding.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's crazy. So the original members of Five Finger Posse, like, was it just the five of y'all, or was there?
Yeah, it was just the five of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5G, Morg, Moja, Sub 9K, Alvin the Best.
Yeah, exactly.
Base Decepticon is Sub 9K's brother. He's Sub 9K's producer as well. He's also like he's a member of Five Finger Posse basically too.
Where?
Yeah.
Facts. Definitely one of the best names.
Yeah.
Base Decepticon 9K. Yeah. He definitely got one of the best names.
When did you start fucking with like Trippjones and shit?
How we linked with Trippjones was because of Morg, because he had started the casket tape shit with Trippjones when he went out in New York, and that was around when we was I don't know if you remember, we was doing this shit called Fifthmas, and it was like a 3-tape type thing. I had dropped my album with Oogie Man.
Mm-hmm.
What was that shit called? Freezer Burn. I be high as fuck. Yeah, the shit with Freezer
shit.
Burn, Horror Block, 2K55 with Alvin Abyss and Oogie Man,
Mhm.
and Mojo had dropped a joint called Death Trap. It was a Death Trap tape. That shit was hard as fuck. And then Morg dropped a joint called Cassie Tapes with Trippjones. That's how we linked with Trip, because he started doing music with Trip and shit. And like his sound just like matched with us perfectly.
Definitely.
So like, it just made too much sense to like have him, with the squad.
And he's like just in New York too, like.
Yeah. Shout out Trip. They just dropped Casket Tapes 3 too. That shit's hard as fuck. They just dropped that shit yesterday.
I got about that.
Yeah. It's all produced by Loko Los.
That's fire.
Yeah, Loko he's crazy.
Loko has some recognizable and good ass beats.
Him and EvilHaze
Right.
is like the best ones. And BNB. Him and EvilHaze.
For sure. Is EvilHaze still like around? I feel like
Yeah.
Loko Los has been.
He's been like taking
consistently
over a
going
little
up,
bit, but
but
EvilHaze
Loko-
is still around.
EvilHaze, that was sound. Did you ever meet any of them?
Yeah, Loko came to Philly with Chapo when he did the show,
Facts.
so that was sick.
Yeah, cause that nigga's from Ohio.
Hmm.
From Cincinnati, right?
Yeah,
He's from
but
Columbus.
Loko is not from
Columbus.
Ohio. Loko, I think, was from Texas or some shit like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Or maybe he was just staying in Ohio.
Yeah, we also met like Zelly and them too and shit. Fucking Zelly Ocho and all them.
Yeah, they performed at our school one time because we booked,
Yeah,
or Quinn booked
we-
a SurfGang show in like 2019.
No,
Oh,
he
damn,
came
that's
with
crazy.
Chapo. I don't think did he come with
He
Surfing?
came to the SurfGang show.
Word. He also
Yeah.
came to the Chapo show that we booked.
Mm,
Cause they're from Cleveland. We went to school, right? Like,
yeah, so they just pull up because
Yeah.
16-year-old is from Oberlin, which is the like town that the college is in. So he would just pull up to a lot of like the shows because he was like fucking with the niggas we were bringing.
yeah.
But
booked Wi-Fi.
yeah, yeah, and the con.
Yeah, shout out to Khan.
Yeah,
He going dummy in right now.
Yeah.
shout out
Yeah.
the con, man.
Got the international fan base going crazy.
Like shit. So when did y'all start working with working on dying niggas?
We started working on Dying like dummy early, like
Mm.
the early like 2014.
Facts.
Yeah, like cause that was just our homies and shit before music and shit.
Word.
So like yeah, it's long. Like the story with us working on Dying it's a lot, man. It's deep
For
as
real?
fuck. Yeah, deep, man.
Kill.
Yeah, we not like
Too deep.
not yeah, we not really like cool no more and shit.
Kill.
So, but yeah, that was like our day ones and shit.
Yeah. That's-
Started doing music, all that trade shit. That shit was a crazy moment and shit.
Yeah, that
And,
shit
like,
was
the
crazy.
underground
That
and
was
shit,
the story. Yeah.
Motherfuckers, they got YouTube videos on that shit.
On like
On
the
the-
history of
yeah.
Fret. That's crazy.
Kill.
I didn't even know it was called Tread for a hot minute.
What'd you think it was called?
I don't know. I was just like calling it like work on dying shit. Like it was just.
Yeah. Nah, it was an actual genre and shit.
Yeah.
So, like, since 2017, because y'all like dropped the 2 tapes, and then y'all were dropping like individual shit, and it's kind of all going up, and then kind of like what's gone on since then?
Now?
Yeah, just like now for real.
Well, now it's like people just been like we all just been working on like solo shit.
Yeah.
Honestly, like a lot of shit's changed and shit. Like a couple of us like doing stylish shit, doing fashion shit too. So yeah, a lot of shit changed when it come to like Five, but we still homies, we still a group.
Sure.
But we got shit coming out.
Oh,
Definitely got shit coming out, but we haven't talked about the actual album like yet. But we've been working on music and shit, but we haven't been discussing on the next album or anything. But
Word.
yeah, man, it's, music video coming soon too. Actually, another group music video coming.
Alright.
So
That's
yeah.
lit. I definitely had thought that maybe there was some type of like some shit happened between y'all because I hadn't seen like a joint release like with all y'all on it in a minute.
Nah, man, motherfuckers just got older and shit. It's just like real life shit. Yeah, motherfuckers got older
That
and
makes
like
sense. That makes
just
a lot
doing
of
shit,
sense.
you know,
I'm happy that
doing
that
other
shit's
things and
that.
shit. Yeah. We still cool. Like we all still link up, smoke weed. Like you feel me? Like we be fucking, you feel me, vibing still and shit. But like it's not how like the momentum not how it was before and shit. Like, but it's still the same. Like we still homies, we still brothers.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
niggas still dropping heat.
Y'all are still in Philly?
Mhm.
Word.
Morg actually just flew out to L.A. Yeah, he just flew out to L.A.
Was there ever a point in like the 2016, 2017, 2018 era that you weren't living in Philly, that you like maybe moved out to LA or some shit, or?
Yeah, like around 2017 we was out in LA like probably like for like a few like months.
Oh, word.
That's like the longest we was probably out in Philly, like outside of like our state.
Mm-hmm.
But like other than that, nah. Like we were supposed to do like overseas shows. We were supposed to do like Russia and Europe and shit like that right before the pandemic hit, and then the pandemic hit and that shit fucked everything up. We had an agency hit us up. He was gonna pay us hella bread. All this shit, bro. Like shit fucked shit up, bro. Yeah, like we signed the contract too, and we signed the contract already and shit. Like that's the shit that fucking killed me and shit. Cause like right before the pandemic, all this shit was about to pop up, bro.
Yeah,
like pandemic fuck the fucking pandemic, bro. Because that shit really did fuck up a lot of shit. Like fucked up a lot of shit.
No, they're still there. They'll still be there. They go crazy out in the north.
They still overseas love us. Yeah, motherfuckers overseas love us and shit.
Russia, like Eastern Europe, Nordic countries.
But now because of COVID and shit, it's harder and shit to get around and shit now. You feel me? It's harder to get around in the US and shit. And I'm not like, you feel me? I ain't really fucking with the whole like vaccine and all that shit. Like I'm cool and all
That's
that.
fair.
I don't fuck with the government, so fuck the government. Fuck all that stupid ass shit. Motherfuckers be believing stupid ass shit like that, like anybody tell you and shit. Like I be hating motherfuckers that be like, oh yeah, like you gotta get that joint, and then watch when you get that joint, you gonna end up like 5 years later fucked up. You feel me? Like I'd rather like trust my instincts versus like trusting what fucking somebody that I don't even know tell me. Like
There are about to be some case studies.
yeah, not me. That's I ain't about to be no lab rat. Fuck that. That's why I say, man, like I don't see myself going overseas right now just because of that shit. Like,
yeah. Maybe talk about those conspiracy theories now.
Yeah, no, if you want to. What's something you've been like fucking with recently? Like a conspiracy theory, I guess.
Not really too much, honestly. I've been staying off of that shit because that shit fuck your head up, yo.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that shit fuck your head up, yo.
You got like a favorite of all time,
or like one that you were really into during like your prime?
Sacrifices, blood sacrifices.
Ooh.
Yeah, blood sacrifices and shit.
That's a deep rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of still believe that shit. So yeah, I kind of still believe that shit.
I mean, there's a lot of evidence for it, and it's like happening in like broad daylight. So,
yeah, that's why I don't really care about fame and all that.
Yeah, makes sense.
Motherfuckers told me, I forgot who it was, but motherfuckers told us this shit. If y'all want to blow up, all y'all gotta do is go to music, make a music video, go in the field, and do make a pentagram and shit. Light that joint up, like the candles around it, and make a music video. Y'all gonna blow up. I forgot who told us that shit. We never did it though.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Sounds too risky.
But nigga, it's like that, dog. Like energies and spirits and shit. That shit is real, dog. Like if you play around with that shit, bro, like you will fuck around and get what you ask for and shit. Like you feel me? Like you will get what you ask for. That's like, I really believe in that shit. That's why I was like, I was making like hella demonic music. I was just in the dark space and shit, like in my mind and shit. Like now I kind of like I'm out of that shit, so I can't really go back into like making dark music and shit. I don't really not on that no more. Like and like that'd be a problem too because like. With producers and shit, because so many producers love my old shit. And it's just like, bro, like, you gotta understand, like, if you listen to Badu shit, I'm not on that shit no more, bro. Like, you gotta send me, don't send me no dark ass beats, bro, because I'm not hopping on them Jones. I need them plug Jones, like, you feel me? I need some, like, nice waves. Like, I need to hear waves in my beats and shit. Like, all my Jones on Damage Goods was fucking wavy as fuck. Like, you feel me? The whole Jones was dummy vibey, like you wouldn't hear that in my old tapes, like other than like probably like the John I did with Mahoney and shit. Y'all know Mahoney? No. He from Philly, producer, cool as fuck. He actually from up here and shit.
Is that his whole name? Is it longer than that?
I Hate Mahoney on Instagram.
Word.
Yeah, shout out Mahoney. He did a couple beats on my project, and Hunter too. Hunter's a producer in Philly. And a videographer. He did my Final Fantasy video, and he did a couple other my videos. He did Slime video that's on No Jumper, and he's also my engineer. So like he plays a huge role in my music, especially in Damage Goods. Like he engineered the whole entire album.
That's sweet.
So he is also a reason why like that tape sounded the way it sounded. Hunter.
Those are producers you're like fucking with right now.
Mainly, like the producers I'm fucking with right now is like mainly the producers that all on that album. Yeah, like that's cause like low key like when it comes like to when you becoming an established artist, like you kind of trying to find like a set of producers that you just work with without having to like look outside anymore and shit. Cause I'm like I be getting tired of like I'm so like I'm generous for real. So when it comes to like I'm not a Hollywood nigga when it comes to like music and shit. I hate being like stuck up, and I'm not that type of dude. So like I check every single email, like everybody, literally every single fucking producers that sent me a beat. Like I checked all of them joints. So I done peeped all the bullshit. I didn't peep good beats, and that's how I got a lot of good beats because like I check everything. So I never really care. I'm not the type of person that care about the name. Like I like if it's the beat that I'm looking for, and this shit really hot. Like I don't care who made the beat. It's all about like how the beat is. Like yeah, man. So like I be trying to find just like those type of producers that I can just really clinch onto, and we can just really build a team because. When I blow the fuck up, you feel me? When I blow the fuck up, like I'm gonna make sure that those producers get what they deserve and shit because those gonna be the producers that help me get where I got. You feel me? Even the motherfuckers that did my previous shit, like my older shit, like EvilHaze, B&B, all the niggas, like I'm making sure, like because if I ever get like super fucking rich off this shit, everybody that helped me out is gonna get, you feel me? Compensated for that shit because they deserve it, man. Like I would, cause it be hell. Like now I can't do that shit for real. I'm not financially at that point where I could just like give out bread to motherfuckers for sending me beats and all that shit right now. And I be wishing I could. I would be wishing I could because I know how like motherfuckers really need money off the music and it's hard. It's hard in the game. So I really wish I could help out everybody that helped me out with my sound and the music that I make and shit. And you feel me? Even the fans and shit. When I get on, bro, I'm gonna make sure like certain fans that wanna do this shit, I'm gonna make sure they do what they wanna do and get where they wanna be too. Cause that's really what it's about and shit. You gotta help out motherfuckers that helped you and shit.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's why nowadays I be doing like I haven't did it in a week, but I be doing like mental health talks and shit on my live because like I be wanting to help my fans out. A lot of my fans be DMing me saying like, yeah, like your music helped me get through like depression, helped me get through fucking suicide and all that shit, helped me get through suicidal thoughts and all that. So like just knowing that I'm like helping motherfuckers out through music and shit, it'd be like, damn, like I gotta find some type of way to give back. And like, you feel me? I be going through shit too. So I'm like, I know they be going through shit because they be telling me that shit. So let me just help me and them out at the same time and just, you know, talk about what we all should talk about that motherfuckers be afraid to talk about. So like, yeah, like I be trying to help out in any possible way I can and shit. Because we all don't have it, but we all got it in some way. Like the knowledge, you know, knowledge is, like I said, knowledge is stronger than money.
That's amazing. I feel like that's something that a lot of people would like maybe consider like too much weight to carry and like not really want to like capitalize on that shit. But
yeah, that's why I took a break on it when I first. It's funny because I was supposed to do that shit every week. Like I literally said, I said I was gonna do it Tuesdays and Thursdays. But when the first time I did that shit for like an hour. I didn't know I was gonna go that long. I did that shit for like an hour and 45 minutes. Cool. And after I stopped the live, I just got deep into my thoughts again, and I was like, "Fuck." Yeah. Like I was like, "Shit." I didn't know that, you know, like that was gonna like do me like that, bro. Like so, I got deep into my thoughts again, and then I just had to take a back step again and just like chill because I don't want to always, you know. I was like, damn, maybe I shouldn't always talk about that shit, or maybe, you know. So that's why I saved it. I saved it on my IG so, you know, people can just go back to that and just watch that. I am going to come back and just talk again about that shit. But I just, like, I also just want to have topics. I don't really know, you know, when it comes to, like, building up topics, you don't want to keep talking about the same shit. So.
Yeah, like shit.
Yeah, so.
Definitely get to space shit like that out.
Yeah, make sure that you're.
I wish I had
your own shit too.
Yeah, I wish I had like a fucking like therapist or some shit that could like fucking like help me out through that live and like just talk about that shit or some shit or something. Cause I really do like that's a deep thing. Like a lot of motherfuckers like be going through shit, but you know, people be afraid to talk about it. So you gotta find those people that can help you through that shit. That's not afraid to talk about that type shit.
Mhm.
That's what I do music for too. That shit is my therapy, bro. I got an album called Therapy and shit too.
Definitely an album.
And I got an album called It Didn't Work, but I'm Still Alive. That's how you know I was really going through it. I really tried to kill myself. Like, no lie. I was really going through it. So all my music really like lines up perfectly for real. Like by default. Yeah. So crazy because I didn't never think that like I would title my certain tapes the way they are. Yeah. But it just all kind of lined up with how my life was. Shit. But Damaged Goods was like the music itself was just perfect. Like.
Yeah. Like shit. I was about to say you could get an IG therapist to join the live.
Yeah, somebody, somebody, definitely, because like I definitely be wanting to talk about that shit, but it'd be like I said, it'd be hard.
It's hard. It's really hard to talk about.
What are your like top 3 designer brands that you like work with?
Hood by Air, shout out Shayne Oliver, black designer. Yeah. Hood by Air was always one of my favorites. Rick Owens. I don't know about the third one. Probably Vetmonts.
Facts.
Yeah, probably Vetmonts. It's so many good brands though. Like Helmet Lang is a good brand. I love Helmet Lang. I love Number 9. I love a lot of Japanese brands like PPFM. What else? Hysteric Glamour is a good brand. Stone Island I love. Jahstar. True Religion you can't forget about. Chrome Hearts. I love Chrome Hearts. Vivian Westwood. I love Vivian Westwood. I'm still waiting on this t-shirt that's supposed to be coming down from Vivian. What else? CP Company. Enemies by Five Finger Posse. Marcy Mane Flexico shit. The Flexico shit is hard. Yeah, black designers, man. Shout out to black designers and shit. Shout out Telfar Clemens. Definitely. He fucking shit up right now for the bitches and shit. Shout out Telfar. Yeah, shout out Telfar and Shayne Oliver. Like, they always been killing the game since like way early 2000s and shit. Like, they was always in the background. Yeah, a lot of motherfuckers didn't know. Like, I'm always like watching fashion shows and like watching like fashion interviews, designer interviews, documentaries, and stuff like that, because I really love fashion. Like, I really want to learn how to like do cut and sew and all that. So yeah, so shout out all the black designers, man, because they killing it right now, yo. Like, even the hood motherfuckers, man. Shout out the hood motherfuckers that's doing that shit, getting that money, man. Get that shit, fucking fuck the system. You feel me? Like, get this fucking money by any means necessary, like Michael X said. You feel me? Like, I'm happy for everybody that's getting money right now. You feel me? Because like,
1000%.
it was hard. You feel me? Back in, before we was on Earth and shit. You feel me? For our fucking ancestors and shit like that. So
that's hard as shit.
I don't like the I hate haters and shit. Like, I hate haters. I hate when motherfuckers hate on motherfuckers and shit. Like, that's doing good in life. Like, every time I see somebody doing good, I'm like, damn, man. Especially when there's a black man, I'm like, man, shout out that nigga right there, man. Like, you feel me? Like, so yeah, man. We killing the game right now. We coming for the title.
You've like designed clothes and shit though, right? Before?
Yeah. I do a lot of different stuff though.
Did you do the enemy shit?
Yeah, I did that. Yeah. I made this logo. This is I sketched this out and
word.
Yeah. I didn't make this logo though. My homie MK had made this logo.
Cool.
But I made this logo right here, the five enemies logo. Yeah, I did a lot of enemy shit. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. A lot of the enemies merch and shit. The enemies merch was going crazy and shit. That's when we really started going crazy. We started making that enemy shit. That was when we had like got in that little situation with ASAP. I don't know if you remember that.
What was that like about? So I just remember the enemies, seeing the enemy shit, and I was like, "Yo, that's definitely a response."
It wasn't, yeah, and it's crazy because it wasn't even like we did that for no reason. We had like we had, when they came out with Trapped in the Trenches, we had made a song called Going Buku. Excuse me. And ASAP Nas, it was either ASAP Nas or ASAP Ant. They somebody, one of them had said, one of the ASAP members had said like, motherfuckers go buku, I see y'all motherfuckers and shit. And then we was like, wait, what? Like, and he was like, yeah, like blah blah blah. And like then all this shit had started, like motherfuckers just talking shit, basically, and shit. And then we was like, damn, Working on Dying was like going back and forth with them too. And like that's when like kind of like the beef started with like us and ASAP and shit, solely off of a song. And also because we was fucking with Perp and shit. Perp was fucking with us heavy.
It was like a continuation.
Yeah. So we was like, fuck it, let's capitalize off of this shit. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, yo, perfect timing. Like, yo, let's capitalize off this shit, bro. Like, so that's exactly what we did and shit. Like, you feel me? I was like, yo, they making the friend shit. Let's make the enemy shit. Like, we had Adam 22 wearing that shit. He still got that shit. Adam 22 got some of that enemy shit. Shout out Adam. Tracy got some of that shit. A whole lot of people got the enemy shit.
I've seen. I still feel like I see people.
People still be DMing me every day, like, bro, when y'all dropping more merch? But we ain't dropping no merch in a minute. Mojo be handling most of the merch, so he been dropping like some of like sometimes like randomly, but like most of the shit it be like his like skateboard shit now. I have not been really focusing on like the Five Finger Posse merch shit. I'm like working on, like I said, I'm working on something else. Like I've been working on something crazy for like a year, and that I'm like about to like come out with soon. Probably after I drop my next album and shit. Then Damage Goods 2. Damage Goods 2 about to be vicious.
When is that about to come out, you think?
What's this month?
June.
Probably August. Probably like beginning of August.
Is it done? Do you got all the songs?
I got like I have a whole lot of songs in the tuck, but I have like 9 or 10 specific songs that's already done for the album.
Got you.
Probably gonna be like maybe like 17 track. Yeah, I'm gonna make it more songs than how Damage Goods was like 14 songs. So I'm gonna probably make this one like probably like 18, maybe 20, something like that. You know, deluxe type shit.
You got a studio at the crib, or?
I got my own mic and all that at the crib, but I be going to my homie studio Hunter and shit because I trust his engineering so much. Like I don't feel like I can make music without Hunter right now. Like when I was making Damaged Goods that whole entire time, like it was just me and Hunter. Like, you know, back to back. Like he was doing beat, he was giving me beats and engineering a lot of my shit that I was recording over other people's shit. So like I said, all the shit, like literally all the shit that he fucking engineered is like all Damaged Good shit. Now shit is fucking crazy, dude. Like hold up. Trying to play. Turn this conversation to check. She trying to turn this convo into sex. I need ice up on my ear. I need ice up on my neck. Feeling like college cause I am the best. It's not feeling valid. I come with a vest.
Dude, this is crazy.
I can come to speed in your chest. That ping pong when she give me the neck. I just been trying to fly on a jet. Too much drip, I can fly the baguette. That boy broke, man, I know he in debt. Check the fuck game, bitch, I bang with the set. That boy lame, but he claim me a vet. Need my racks way big. Ransom is no hit figure. Hard not like Tiggy. Earn my stripes like Tiggy. Yeah, he engineered it. That's unreleased shit. That's gonna be on the album and shit. That's gonna be on Damaged Goods too.
That's fire.
Like, bro, come on, like. This is the last one I'll play.
Who produces?
Somebody from out UK. UK.
Word.
Yeah, bro. Like, so, like I said, I'm trying to make this fucking Damaged Goods 2 album way better than the first one. So, like, I'm going harder than I ever been, man. Like, since Damaged Goods, like, I've been going dummy hard on my music, bro. Like, I feel like I'm a whole new artist for some odd reason. I feel like I'm just, like, reinventing myself and shit.
Yeah,
that's fire.
Exactly rebirth type shit.
Yeah.
You trying to have features on Damaged Goods too?
Yeah. CartierGod gonna be on that bitch again.
Word.
So cool.
Yeah, CartierGod gonna be on
The
there.
return. Damaged Goods, CartierGod.
My lord.
Marcy Mane might be on that. I got a joint with High C and shit. DJ Lucas gonna be on there. Shout out DJ Lucas.
Shout out DJ Lucas.
Trying to think who else is gonna be on there. I talked to Suave and shit. Suave might be on there, but yeah, DJ Lucas, I already got a joint from DJ, so DJ definitely gonna be on there. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good album, man. Cause this one is gonna be like that song that I just played was like a more like emotional joint, but like it's gonna be like way more like way less emotional than the first one, way less emotional than Damaged Goods. It's gonna be more playful. I just want to have like fun with this one and shit. But it's still gonna have that feel though. It's still gonna have some of that feel in there.
Nah, I fuck
New
with it.
lane type shit.
Yeah. That's why I say like Five Finger Posse never gonna stop, bro. Like we always making music. Like I said, Casket Tapes 3 just dropped yesterday. That shit's hard.
Shit.
Like niggas is still going to be hard. Like niggas is just not working on group shit right now.
Makes sense. How did you start fucking with the RCB niggas?
Damn, that shit crazy. It's a long ass story, but like we really start fucking with each other. Like this High C fuck with us first, like heavily. When we first started doing music and shit, High C was fucking with us.
Word.
When we was like doing shows with Wi-Fi God out DC. He had came to one of our shows, and that's when he had
really?
met him and shit. We had met
Hasi's
Hasi
been
out there.
around for a minute.
That's when he only. It's crazy because watching Hasi blow is funny, bro. That shit is so wild, bro. Like, shout out Hasi, shout out Diamond, but like really doing their thing and shit. Because like when we first met Hasi and shit, I think he only had the I don't know why joint out. Yeah, that I don't know why, I don't know why. Yeah, that joint and shit. So that joint is dummy hard. That shit's a classic. So like when he dropped that joint, like that's when we had met him and shit. That shit was dummy crazy because we was already bumping that before we had met him.
Really?
Yeah. So like we was already bumping Hasi and shit. Hasi dummy hard. His beast is critical. Like like he a legend, bro. He's really a legend.
That's perfectly put.
So yeah, like we really got tight when we had did the Wi-Fi had set us up with the tour and shit. It was us, Wi-Fi God, Cyber, RCB. I can't remember who else was on there, but it was RCB, Five Finger Posse, Cyber, Wi-Fi God, and it's a couple other people I can't remember. But yeah, it was a good ass show, man.
Show.
It was a lot of good shows we had did with them. And we was doing music and shit together. We did the Vanity John. I wish we did more, honestly.
Oh yeah.
We was actually supposed to do a music video for that track because we was all in Philly at that time. We was all recording in the same crib when we did that song and shit. That shit went dummy up. Like motherfuckers fuck with that song heavily. But I think like that same week they had left Philly and shit to go back to Virginia and shit. So.
Cool. So y'all recorded Vanity in Philly?
Mm-hmm.
Word.
Marcy was there too and shit because Marcy had a show in Philly and shit with RCB and us. It was us, RCB, and Marcy. Yeah, so they all came out and shit. We was vibing out and shit. Yeah. Shit was lit.
That's sweet. Have you met CartierGod?
Mm-mm.
Cool.
But I kind of like. I was already bumping him because he a legend, bro. Like with the Soulja Boy shit. You feel me? Like he really did start the drip shit. Like he is the creator of drip. So like, yeah, bro, Cartier a legend and shit. So like, I was just always fucking with Cartier and shit. So I always wanted to do music with Cartier and like Lil B, Soulja Boy. Yeah. He a fucking legend, bro. Like you feel me? Like so like I always knew who he was, and then like fucking with one of our main videographers, Goldblum. He actually knows Cartier.
Oh, word.
You feel me? The boy Goldblum, he shoot a lot of videos for CartierGod. So so like me doing that song with Evil Thoughts with CartierGod, I was like, bro, like I told Goldblum when you go back out to Atlanta, bro, like let me know because I'm trying to go out there with you and shit. Yeah. You feel me? Get that video in with Cartier and shit. Cause I really want to meet him and shit. He really a legend. I fuck with him. Yeah. And we really be talking over the DM just about like just regular shit like,
facts.
Bro, hope you good, bro. Everything energy. Hope your energy is positive and hope you having a good day and shit like that. Like I just be hitting him up like on shit like that sometimes. Cool. Cause he really a legend and shit. So he called everybody my lord like. Like, he really a legend, bro. Based as fuck.
Yeah. You ever done a track with Lil B?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Mojo met Lil B, though. Sub 9K met Lil B.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I never met Lil B, though. I'm mad as shit. It's what's it called? Lil B throughout glasses, the Morgan shit. Some Versace glasses. I think he still got them Joes and shit. It was at a show in LA and shit. Lil B did a show in LA and shit. And Morg was there and shit. Yeah, threw glasses to him. But I ain't never been to a Lil B show. It's like every time Lil B was around and the homies was around, I wasn't there. I was like, bro, like why I always miss it when Lil B come around and shit. So I never met Lil B yet, bro. Like, but I bump him every single day. Like since high school, I still bump him every day, bro. Cause he really a legend. I know all his songs. Like,
cool.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you who is your favorite artist in 9th grade?
Lil B?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Lil B and shit. Yeah. Yeah, Lil B.
Shout out Lil B.
He the reason why I named myself the way I named myself and shit. Like, the Five God and shit. Donnie Pancakes, the Five God, was like my full artist name before I was a rapper and shit.
Why Donnie Pancakes?
Cause I like pancakes and shit. You feel me? Pancakes is good as fuck. Yeah, like I named myself Donnie Pancakes because I always was eating pancakes and fucking like eggs and shit when I was a young boy. And, like always in the morning, I gotta have breakfast, bro. Like you gotta have your breakfast. So pancakes is the wave. You feel me?
Yeah, pancakes.
So
are
like
fire,
hell yeah. So
you still eat breakfast every day?
not every day, but when I eat breakfast, I gotta eat my pancakes.
Word.
Yeah. You feel me? Like yeah. So that's how I be and shit. So yeah, bro. Like pancakes, lit. But yeah, man. He the reason why I named myself Donnie Pancakes because his name was Lil B the bass god, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna name myself Donnie Pancakes the Five God. So it was a play off his name and shit. Crazy. And like around that time too was like everybody was like naming themselves God, this God, that, like Posh God. Shout out Posh God, cause I was cool with Posh God too around that time too, cause when he was doing his art, I was doing my art and shit. I was cool with a lot of like underground rappers just because I was doing art. Like before I was even doing music, like I was cool with like Kenyatta and like a lot of motherfuckers. They was all fucking with me just because I was doing art shit. It's funny because like I fucking Uzi fucking DM me on Facebook and shit back when his name back when he was just Samir. His name was on Facebook Samir C-Lab Vertical and shit. And he had DM me for a cover and shit. But I never did that, John. I should have did that shit, bro. I should have did that shit. Because he was like, yeah, bro, I need a cover and shit. I was like, bro, I got you and shit. But I just kept, like, procrastinating on that, John, and shit. I was like, bro, like, oh, fuck, I ain't do that, John. But, yeah, it was actually a couple of times, like, before Uzi had signed the Generation Down, we was chilling with Uzi and shit and Rittenhouse Park and shit. Like, one of my homies was cool with one of our girlfriend homies and shit was cool with him, so she used to bring him around and shit. And around the house, he had like brown dreads and shit. Cool. Yeah, so that shit was dope though. Yeah, shout out Uzi too.
Shout out Uzi.
Yeah.
Doing his thing, per usual.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, I got a lot of fucking memories and stories, bro. Like, shit, man. Crazy.
How'd you work with Amber London? How'd that?
We linked in real life too and shit.
For real?
Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy too cause she had bagged me and shit. She had bagged me at a show and shit. She took my number and shit. She was coming at me and shit. I was like, damn. Yeah, I thought she only like you know girls and shit. But like, so that was sick. Yeah, but we had did a song and shit with her and Trip. And then we had did a couple shows. We had did a show with her and shit out in Virginia, I think, out in VA and shit. Yeah, it was her, the whole Goth Money, us, Amber London, and I think Bush Dawson was on the flyer and Wi-Fi God too. So yeah, that was a sick show. Yeah. Yeah, Karma was there. Shout out Karma, man. Karma a legend too.
Karma.
Definitely.
Yeah, bro, I wish Goth Money was still clicked. Was still clicked up too.
It's unfortunate how they've kind of broken off, and it's kind of like one person leaves every like year or two. Yeah,
they always say groups never last. Unfortunately. Yeah.
But they're like legendary shit together and separate too.
Yeah.
Like still are. Oh shit. How'd you come up with the Lil Vruh moniker?
It was just random as fuck, honestly, yo. I don't even know. I was just going through some random ass shit, just saying some random shit around that time. I don't know. Yeah, it's still weird to me, so I still kind of just run off with that moniker and shit. It's like another alias for me and shit. It was kind of like when I had like started pitching up my voice. So I think that's when I like created the Lil Vruh. Yeah, alias and shit. When I started pitching up my voice more. Yeah.
What would you say is like your favorite show you've been a part of? It sounds like you've been a part of like hella shows, but what was like one or two like your most like, memorable?
The first Ham on Everything show we had when we did a show with Drippin' So Pretty, Lil Pete, It was Drippin' So Pretty, Lil Peep, us. It was like a lot of V-Lo niggas. Oh yeah, Funny, Lucky, was there. Fucking Lucky came to Philly too, and shit.
Kill.
Who else? It was a lot of niggas on that bill and shit. But that was like one of the most popping shows.
Yeah, like the fan bases from all those different artists that would have pulled up to that show.
Everybody's fans pulled up for that joint. Like our fans was literally in the front. Like they was so happy to see us, bro, because that was our first time coming to Philly. Coming to LA and shit from Philly around that time. So most of the fans that was there was actually like Five Finger Posse fans and shit, because they was just like so hyped to see us and shit. They was like, bro, like we gotta see you. So like at that time, like we was like staying with fans and shit. Like when we first went up there and shit, like a lot of fans were like, we were just staying with them, smoking hella weed and shit. That shit was dope as fuck, bro. Like we really felt like celebrities, because like the first time when we had went out that bitch, when we stayed at one of our fans' cribs and shit. The next morning, we all woke up. We playing basketball and shit in the yard and shit, like on some like real celebrity type shit, just balling and shit. It's a pool in the joint, garage, and the garage niggas is playing fucking Xbox and shit. You feel me? Like cooling like shit, and like the fucking homie and shit, the fan, his homies fucking pulled up and shit. Like from the neighborhood, like they just all pulled up on skateboards in the morning and shit, bro. Like they was like, "Yo, Five," like we all come out, we walk out the yard, we just see a whole lot of fucking people, like a whole lot of like just Spanish motherfuckers just all coming down, like, "Yo, like what's up, y'all? Y'all in LA, man? Yeah, like, yeah." I was like, "Yo, this shit really crazy. Like, what the fuck? Like, this shit really real. Like, so like, I don't know, like I never forget moments like that, bro. Like." That's why I do that shit for it, bro. Like that, it's just a thrill, bro. Like that shit just feels so good when you just know that you make other people feel good. You feel me? Like with just making music and shit, just making art and shit. You feel me? Like just knowing that. That's why I said it's better than money, bro. That shit way better than money. I don't give a fuck how much money I make. I don't gotta make no money. If I'm making somebody's life better, just based off of what I'm doing, bro. Like that shit crazy. Like. It's a crazy feel.
Do you remember when you like started to realize that you had fans that were like across the country?
Like dedicated, like
yeah, or like kind of like a cult following type shit.
You said when did I realize that?
Yeah, do you like remember like what?
Probably when you know the DJ Diamond Cuts, the radio DJ.
I don't think so.
Where is he from?
What? Y'all know DJ Diamond Cuts? Power 99?
Power 99.
That's the Philly shit?
Yeah, really like the top Philly. Yeah.
Oh, it's the Philly shit. Nah,
top Philly radio. So like, she was doing a competition on Twitter and shit, for like Philly rappers. And she was like, this was like right before we was about to go out LA for the first time and shit. And she had put us up on the voting poll. Remember they had voting polls on Twitter and shit. So they had probably like 8 or 10 different Philly artists on the voting poll. So it was us, and it was all these other Philly artists on the voting poll. And like we was like, it was the voting joint was going on for like a week. It was like basically like whoever get the most votes, I'm gonna play like 3 songs on the radio for him and shit. So like our shit went up dummy fast, bro. Like, and all these Philly niggas was hating bad. Like, and we was just like, damn, like. My bad, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, we didn't know what to say, because we was like, damn, like, we didn't even know that shit was gonna happen. Like, because it's crazy because the way we are, like, we not really, like, we not known in Philly that much. Like, the only Philly motherfuckers that know us is, like, Temple motherfuckers that go to college, and motherfuckers in Drexel. Like, you feel me? Like, college kids. Like, you feel me? College kids love us. But, like, we not street. We don't really like. We not really inclined in like that street shit. Like you will never see us doing vids with like those street type niggas and shit. Like all that hood like ganged up type shit. You feel me? Yeah. So we not. You feel me? We don't have that vibe. So like when they was getting their votes, they was getting votes just based off of Philly. Like just all Philly people, just all people that they knew in their neighborhood. Exactly. We was getting votes off of everybody all around the world and shit. So like when I peeped that, I'm like, damn, like that our shit went up dummy fast, bro. Like that's when I peeped that we was like really like worldwide and shit. It was like when she did that, and then we heard our shit on the radio, like right before we had dipped out the Cali and shit. We was like, damn, we really on the radio, bro. Like, shit crazy.
Like, it's crazy. And then
bro.
you just went out to Cali and it was just like, yo,
and just started
like,
doing shows out there. We was fucking linked up with SmokePurrp. We did a show with SmokePurrp and Pump in Philly and shit. Bro, we did so many fucking memories, bro. Fucking SmokePurrp got beat the fuck up by no real shit. SmokePurrp got beat the fuck up by one of my mans and shit. Badland Breeze, homie. It was either Badland Breeze or one of his homies and shit. It was some shit. I can't even remember because it was so long. But he, SmokePurrp. It was either SmokePurrp or Lil Pump. One of the niggas got beat the fuck up at a show and shit that we had did with them niggas and shit. That shit was funny as shit. But and then after that, when we had went back out to Cali, we had linked with SmokePurrp and we was just chilling with him and smoking with him and shit. And it was like he was like, damn man, y'all made it out here and shit. So like it's crazy. Doo-Wop King too, like Doo-Wop King.
Doo-Wop King.
Yeah, we linked Doo-Wop too. Like, yeah, we linked so many people, bro. Like, we linked up with so many like motherfuckers, like just going out Cali and shit. Cali is like fucking literally like clout land. Like Cali is. I always when I first went out there, I was like, bro, Cali is literally Twitter in real life. Like, no, real shit. It really is, bro. Like you've been out Cali, right? So you know what I'm talking. Cali is literally Twitter and Instagram in real life, bro. Like literally, like it's nothing like Philly. It's nothing like any other state, like other than like Miami and New York maybe. But Cali, bro. Like as soon as you go out there, like when you go to like Rodeo or you go to fucking what's the main joint? Melrose. Yeah, if you on Melrose, bro, you seeing everybody.
Yeah.
Bro, I literally fucking walked past Ocho Cinco, nigga. Shit. Like I was coming out of Starbucks, my guy. Like I was coming out of Starbucks, just chilling and shit. Walked past Ocho Cinco, he by himself with no security, bro. I'm like, wait, hold up. That was Ocho Cinco? Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, like. It's so different, bro. Like, and we was out there on Melrose, like everybody was just like, dog, like everybody recognized us, bro. Like, just like we didn't even have to wear our shit. Motherfuckers like, yo, y'all Five Finger Posse, yo, what the fuck? Like, we really feel like when you out there and you really like stamped in the underground and music period, like motherfuckers know you, like they really know you, like, and that's like the crazy part about it. Like Yachty know us, nigga. Really? Yeah, bro. Like, all right, nigga, like we on Melrose. Chilling in front of round 2 and shit. Chilling in front of round 2, just bowling and shit, smoking weed and shit. This nigga pulls up in one of those black vans and shit, those Benz, yeah. All this ice out, all this ice on the neck and shit come out and shit. You like, yo, what's up, yo, and shit. You like, damn, yo, fuck and shit. Yeah, damn. He's like, damn, yo, really out here and shit, dog. We was like, yo, this shit really real, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, yo, like, yeah, like,
up, like, damn,
like I said. Cali is Instagram in real life, bro. It's literally Instagram in real life. You want to see what you see on Instagram, just go out Cali.
I should.
Might have to go just for.
You haven't been out there?
I've been before in my life, but like not in a long time.
When's the last time you been out there?
I was like 15. I have like cousins out there who are. They're my uncles.
Oh, a long time. Yeah. And you probably wasn't in like Cloutland. You was probably like in the
mountains.
No,
I wasn't like I didn't do any of this shit.
Yeah.
Like
in the hills type shit.
Not even just like not
in the valley?
Downtown. I don't really know.
Yeah, I've gone out to Cali, but only during COVID, because she just moved out there type shit. So just visiting her, and I feel like it's different.
Yeah, all our fans were telling us it sucked. Like, don't come out to Cali during the pandemic. It was all saying that. It was like, there's no reason. There's nothing happening.
Yeah.
Like, and all my homies that went out there during the pandemic was saying that too. They was like, yeah, like, it's literally the same thing that's going on in Philly. Like, you're not going to see there's nothing going on. Like,
it just opened up again, though, I think.
Yeah. Everything opened up now.
Oh,
yeah. Do you have any, I mean, you said you weren't really trying to travel, but do you have any, like,
shows planned up?
To, say it again?
Like, shows?
Yeah.
Actually, some a Philly artist just hit me up. Like, he kind of like popping and shit. He just hit me. Rich Rick. Yeah. Philly artists out here. He just hit me up. Was like, yeah, I want to get you on the show and shit. So, yeah, I got maybe, and we also the group we talked about like doing like more shows and shit, like just like setting up our own shows again, like how we used to do and shit. So we thinking about doing that for the summer, like outside shows, cause that's popping right now. Like the outside outdoor shows is crazy right now. So we definitely like probably gonna end up doing that for the summer and shit. Probably like next month.
That's tough.
You fuck with Jahstar?
Yeah, I fuck with Jahstar. One of my homies put me on to him like last year.
Cool.
Yeah, so I was bumping Jahstar for a minute. Yeah, it should go hard. I actually seen him at the show that I went to probably like a month ago.
What?
Yeah. Did you go to that, John? He was just in Philly and shit. Cause you know I think
like
he's from Atlanta and shit, right?
He's from Atlanta.
That's what he was saying. That's what he was saying on the stage. And he do got like some of his videos. He's in Atlanta, so it's kind of weird because I don't know if he's from Philly or Atlanta, but he probably like from Atlanta and he just came out to Philly to like revamp himself and shit. How like Uzi do, you know how Uzi went out to Atlanta. I feel like that's what he did. Cause like some people think he's from Philly, but I really think he might be from Atlanta. I saw
an interview he did, and he said he grew up in like West Philly.
Jahstar?
No, Northeast. He said he grew up in Northeast.
Jahstar?
Yeah.
Okay, cause he was shouting out Atlanta something crazy on the stage. So I thought he was from Atlanta, cause like even like I said, even some of his videos he was out in Atlanta. Yeah.
He just fucks with niggas out of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, Rico put me on to Jahstar.
Yeah, his shit go hard though. I actually like I can see myself doing music with him and shit. Cause like it's not like nowadays like a lot of people I'm not hopping on songs with. Like I can only hop on a song with people who I can like that can match my vibe, like match my energy, match my sound.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jahstar type of artist, like I can see myself like getting on the song with just based off his sound and the flow, like the way he just like be flowing on shit. I fuck with his shit. There's a few artists like that, but like it's definitely not a lot. Yeah.
Did you ever meet Kirblagoop?
I think we did.
For real?
I can't remember, but he supports us a whole lot though. Like he bought a lot of our merch and shit. Yeah.
Did you ever think he was black before you saw a picture of him? No, you knew he was white.
Did we? It's crazy, yo. It's crazy that you asked that question because we listened to Kirblagoop like dummy, like in the past, like back when he was like just doing the chopped and screw shit before he was rapping. Back when he was just DJ Kirby. He was just like screw DJ. It was like some screw. It was some shit he used to do. He used to just chop and screw music. Yeah, Kirby man. Yeah. He used to just chop and screw shit before he was rapping and shit.
I didn't realize that was also him.
And then he started rapping and shit. So yeah, like we used to bump him back when probably like 2012, 2013 type shit. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I didn't realize that.
Back when he was just chopping and screwing music and shit.
Yeah.
But when he started rapping, I don't know. I never really thought about it. Yeah, I don't think I ever really thought about it. Then I started seeing pictures of him. He was white. I was like, cool. Yeah, I never really cared. Yeah, you know, we got RIP too on fucking in the group. Rippy Turner.
Oh, word.
Yeah, he's white.
Yeah, I didn't know he was white for a second.
Yeah,
I know, but like at first I didn't think he was white.
Curb.
Well, yeah, but also Rippy Turner.
Oh, Rippy Turner for real? Oh, word. Yeah. Yeah, his shit is going dummy up right now too. Like he had a couple label meetings and shit, like
a lot of people
like Sony and shit type shit.
I fuck with Kirblagoop though. Shout out Kirblagoop.
Yeah, Kirblagoop go hard. He a legend.
Definitely.
Yeah. It's crazy how his like sound is though. Like he sound like a cartoon character.
Have you seen those pictures of like King of the Hill character, like Kirblagoop as a King of the Hill character?
No, I actually never seen them Jones. I gotta see them Jones. Now somebody gotta send me them because I never seen those.
Just so funny.
I like them plush Jones that Marcy Mane doing too.
Yeah.
I actually want one. I'm gonna pay him. I'm gonna pay him because I want him to make one for me and shit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I definitely want a 5G one.
I got like 2 more questions. What's a piece of history that you wish more people knew about? Or a piece of history you wish people knew more about?
About Five Finger Posse?
Or just in general, I meant. Or Five Finger Posse, but I was meant just like in general.
A piece of history that I wish people knew about.
Yeah. I would definitely say...
What you think?
I guess just ancient Egypt shit, I would say. Or not even. Like, the before ancient Egypt, like, the Kushites type shit.
Yeah.
The niggas in Sudan.
I would say maybe, now since you say that, I would say maybe like, blacks being kings and queens.
Yeah.
I wish people remembered that,
shit,
you know.
Yeah.
I feel like some people do, but maybe not most. But
Right.
yeah, that's one thing I do think
I feel like
people should know.
are getting hit,
Yeah.
which is a great thing.
Yeah, I do a lot of reading. And,
What's a good book you read recently?
the Bible.
Kill.
Yeah.
Word.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Both testaments.
Not both. Nah. I just read not the whole Bible yet, but I read a few chapters in the Bible, a few stories in the Bible, Psalms, a couple other stories too.
Word.
Yeah.
Stamp.
Yeah, I read a lot though. I try to like keep myself like my mind like like intact and grounded. Try to stay grounded. So
Reading's like one of the best things to do. Reading and writing.
I got this Steve Jobs book that I haven't read yet that I've like been like ignoring for a minute. That I like kind of like definitely like be looking at all the time. That I like definitely feel like I need to read. So
Stamp.
there's a lot of things that I'm like trying to like latch on to and like really hold on to that I know is important that I need to.
It's crazy how many like just answers the books have.
Yeah.
Like the answers are just all in books.
Like shit.
Yeah, all the information, like that's why they say if you wanna hide, if you wanna hide some shit, put it in the book. Most people not gonna read it. So I say I'll be fighting that shit myself. Not reading what I need to read. Sometimes I got hella books just stacked up in my crib, that I haven't touched yet.
That is like
So.
the best place to hide some shit. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
But once I started reading the Bible, it just put me open to shit. Like I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
What made you want to read the Bible? Just
After my breakup.
Cool.
Yeah, after my breakup and shit, I was like, going through some shit. So I was like, damn, I feel like I need, I need to really tap in. I was always like religious and spiritual, not like super hardcore, like trying to like force people into like Christianity and shit. But like I believe in like Hebrew Israelites and stuff like that. But I would identify myself as one. So yeah, like stuff like that. Like I'm really strong on, and yeah.
When did you like start to identify? Were you raised like that, or did it just kind of happen?
It kind of just happened on its own.
Cool.
Yeah, I just started doing my own research. You see him around too in Philly and shit. But I never like stopped and like talked to him. But I just do my own research online and get my own knowledge on it. And it was crazy because I was trying to tell my mom about it, and she was trying to go against it. She was like, "No, that's a cult." And then I was telling her like, "Nah, it's not. If you really like, you gotta understand like we're all Hebrew Israelites." And then like later she did some research on it, and then she agreed with me. She was like, "Yo, you were actually right." Like, yeah. So like, and my mom's a teacher. My mom was a teacher too. She retired. But yeah, she knows her shit. But some things I had to school her on myself. My mom raised me well though. She definitely made sure I kept myself balanced, and when it comes to like knowledge and shit, try to like take in like what I need to take in. I don't watch the news though. I be telling her to stop watching that shit.
Yeah, you don't need to watch the news.
Yeah,
At this
like
point, it's the same. It's like almost blatant brainwashing.
all that shit fake.
Literally.
Like all that shit. She be hating when I be saying that shit. Like she be trying to force me to get the vaccine and all that. But I be like, well, fuck that shit, dog. Like, you got that John. I'm not getting that John. I'm cool. Like, we all gonna die someday. If I die, I die. It definitely ain't gonna be because of no vaccine. It's definitely not gonna be because of no COVID. Fuck that shit.
What should we expect next, like in the future from you?
More videos, more music videos. I'm trying to do like documentary. I definitely want to like work on a documentary.
Just about like yourself or?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, cause I just put out a greatest hits.
yeah, how'd that
bump
come
that shit.
about?
You just went through like.
I just don't want people to forget. You know.
Yeah.
I just don't want people to forget. You know, we make a lot of music, so, and nowadays the way music is consumed, you forget about a lot of somebody like that you really listen to for years.
No,
You
it's
forget about
actually
their early shit, and it's like so many
really
like it's so many times when I put out I will literally put out some shit like title it differently, and it'd be some old shit and motherfuckers think it's new. And that's how I just be testing. I be testing shit. I be like, all right, let me see if I put this old shit out and just like pitch it up a little bit, speed it up, and then see if like somebody will recognize it and shit. Some people do, but most people don't. Most people think it's a new track. And then sometimes when I like play, I'll be on my live and I'll play some old shit, and like fans will be like, yo, drop this. I'll be like, bro, this shit been out for years. What the fuck? That's the biggest pet peeve for artists is like when you have like so much music, you put so much music out, and like then you start playing some old shit for fans and shit on live, and then they think it's new, and they be like, bro, like you gotta drop this. I be like, bro, it's already out. Go on my SoundCloud, dog. Like what the fuck, like. And then some fans be like, yo, what the fuck? Like they'll say it too, like it's already out, dude. What the fuck, like. So like yeah, man, like that shit is annoying. Like I hate that shit. Like that's one thing I wish like fans would. Like for the underground artists, like fans would go harder for. Like I would feel like fans should go harder for underground artists, man. And I don't think they do. Yeah, like they do their thing. You feel me? And that's why I say like I gotta repay, I gotta repay my fans. But at the same time, I feel like they should, you know, just push motherfuckers board, bro. Because like y'all really like be lacking a little bit on like some things. Like when it comes to like you saying like, oh, like, you my favorite art, you like y'all my favorite group. Y'all still going hard. Like I used to listen to y'all back in 2016, still bumpy y'all. Used to bumpy y'all back 2015, still bumpy y'all. Like you'd be like, bro, like all right, I haven't seen you fucking post it. You feel me about us in the grip, bro? Like you feel me? And then as I look at my DM, I peeped that I haven't talked to you since like fucking. You feel me? Like fucking a year, 2 years ago. Like you feel me? Like y'all gotta push our shit more, bro. Like fucking fans don't be pushing our shit enough. Like. It's definitely for certain fucking like artists and shit. Like not even just Five Finger Posse. Like there's so many other artists that like that's legends that I feel like should be in a different space when it comes to like music and shit.
Yeah.
But the fans play a big part in it. The fans do play a big part in it.
I feel like the way that we like consume music has just changed so much in the last 5 years. It's just way faster.
Yeah.
And it's like really easy to like say, oh, this is like my favorite artist, and say that for like 2 weeks and just move on to another favorite artist. And like the shit is set up for you to do that now. Like the way labels and shit work and music cycles and all that shit has evolved the internet. So it's like that shit sucks.
It does.
But
it does suck.
But the fans are capable of just like being better at like.
Yeah, I talk to my
being on
fans
top of
about that
shit.
sometimes when I'm like on video chats with them. Cause I have like my own like little chat room full of like just my supporters and shit that I talk to.
Discord.
Basically something like that, but it's on Instagram.
So
It's like I made my own little chat room and shit. We all just be like talking about just random shit, just be like bidding or we share music.
Yeah.
They share their music and I bump that shit like that. And then you know we all video chat. We probably be playing the game, you know, shit like that. So like yeah, like. And I'll be telling them like, yo, you know, not them, but I'll be telling them about how like artists really like be going through it, you know, and like how like the type so much like certain artists like the type of music that we make the so much effort that we put in, we want that back. You know, we kind of want that. We need that. We need that. We need that to come back tenfold. You feel me? Like when you put in so many years and shit, like you kind of really want to like kind of live off that shit, bro. You feel me? Like, because if I didn't want to, like, honestly, like, I love doing I love working around working at I work at Urban Outfitters headquarters and shit, which is cool. But if I had the option to like live off of my music, nigga, would I? Yes. You feel me? Like, but I'm not there yet. So it's like that's why I still have to go hard. You feel me? Like I can't like let up. You feel me? I still have so much time to keep going. So it's like gotta keep going. You feel me?
And I feel like you just picked up like a second win, so to speak, or like new momentum if your shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And tomorrow I gotta shoot a video because I haven't dropped a video since Chrome Hearts.
Cool.
Video, so I gotta shoot another video because I gotta keep this shit going.
Yeah.
I be telling myself that all the time. Like I gotta shoot a fucking video. I gotta go in the studio. Like I be beating myself up all the time. Like bro, like nigga, you gotta go. You gotta do this. Like you feel me? Like it be times when I don't be wanting to do shit and I just do it. You feel me? Like that's just life. Like like if you don't have nobody telling you to do shit, you have to be that person telling you to do shit. If you know that you need to get shit done. Yeah. So it be like times when I get off work. After 8-hour shift, I work Monday through Friday, 8-hour shift. But I don't work for the public. Like, we all do like I said, like stylist type shit. Yeah. But like after I get off of work, you know, I get off at like I get home at like 3, and like I gotta fucking write music, bro. Like you feel me? Because it's another job. It's literally another job, and I can't forget that. Like I literally gotta come home and I gotta sit down, listen to beats for at least an hour or two, and write music. Like you feel me? Just so I know, like all right, I did that, and then. You feel me? When I'm ready to go to the studio, I know I got shit. You feel me? Because that's the type of artist I am. I can't go in the studio and freestyle shit. I have to, like, make sure my shit is written. I got to make sure I'm rehearsing that shit before I go in the studio. I got to make sure I'm rehearsing that shit multiple times. Like, every single day, I go hard on my shit, bro. Like, every single day, like, before I go to work, I'm listening to beats. The same exact beat that I be writing, that I already wrote the song to. I'm still rehearsing that shit. Like, before I even go to the studio, I probably rehearse that song probably 100 times. So when I record it, I kill that shit. I kill that shit as soon as I go in. Like so, I be murking songs, and probably like I murk one song in like 5 minutes, literally. Like the vocal, the mix. I mean the vocal, the double, the ad lib, all that. I just kill that shit because I'm already like amped up. Like I'm already like bro, like I'm ready. And like that's why a lot of engineers and engineers be fucking with me. They always like people that I fuck with when I be in the studio always say like, bro, you the fastest rapper I ever fucked with. Like you get shit done, knock it out, and you always make it sound good faster than anybody else that come in here. Most people always gotta punch in consistently or do all these fucking punch-ins. Fucking gotta they gotta keep on writing new shit while they in there because they didn't write the full. You feel me, song and shit. So like I always got everything done from the hook to the, the chorus to everything. Like everything is ready to go. So.
You fuck with just like going to the studio to kick it, or you always if you're going there, it's like work time.
Nah, not really. Like because money involved. It's money involved. Even with my homie Hunter and shit, cause he's under a label too. Like he's under a label for his producing. So he actually. Producing for what's it called 42 Doug right now too.
Oh word.
He just went out to Atlanta not that long ago and shit. It was recording out there with him and shit. So like yeah man, this is business. This is a business and we take this shit like, and that's what I say like is that's what I think a lot of people don't understand. Like me personally, I can't speak for everybody else, but me personally, I'm not an artist who don't take this shit serious. I take this shit probably more serious than fucking mainstream rappers and shit. Like I really take this shit serious because I really try and get somewhere in this shit. Like you feel me? Like I said, and that's the battle too because it's like I don't want to be famous, but I know I want to get somewhere in this shit. So it's like a back and forth. Like fuck, what do you really want to do, bro? But it's like at the same time I'm like damn, like I got this far, I gotta keep going. So like whatever I do is whatever. Like whatever happens with this shit is whatever at this point. But like so yeah man, like I just gotta keep going, bro. Like, and I don't think a lot of people have that shit in the underground. Like, I really like take my shit too serious, and I be linking with a lot of artists that don't, like, you feel me? I link up with a lot of artists that literally just freestyle everything, and you could tell, like, when you listen to certain artists, you could tell that they freestyle their shit. Mm-hmm. When you listen to other artists, you could tell that they write their shit. Like, it's just it's a big difference. Like, you feel me? Like, I gotta be put in that category, like, of, like, you feel me? Fucking Cole and them niggas, Kendrick and them niggas, because I really write all my shit. And now I'm not writing just swagged out shit. I'm really writing some really critical bars and really fucking, like, really writing some emotional shit that's, like, making people feel, you feel me? Making people feel a certain way and shit. Before I was just writing shit, it's just, like, make you... This is icy. This is swagged out. This is nice. But, like, now I'm just like, bro, like, now I'm really like, yo, like, I'm really, like, tapped in. You feel me? I tapped into a higher power and shit. Like, I'm closer to God and shit. You feel me? Like, than I ever was. Like, I always went to Catholic school too, but I never took that shit as serious as I do now. Like, I pray every day. You feel me? Cool. Like, I try to talk to God every day because, like, I know He the reason why I'm here. I know He the reason why I did what I did. You feel me? Like, the no jumper shit, from all that shit, like, I had to make a lot of shit happen, and, like, on my own for the group, like, for a lot of us, bro. Like, we had to make this shit happen as underground artists that a lot of underground artists would probably never see or never do, that they always wanted to do. So it's like, just knowing that I was able to, like, do that shit, I gotta pay my dues back to, you know, the man upstairs and shit, bro. I got to. And that's why I said I can't make dark music no more. Like, I it was like, it was fucking, like, so many, it was songs that I deleted. Like, I deleted my first album because, like, a lot of people probably don't peep, but that shit, the cover was demonic. Like, it was like fucking demons, like, fucking doing some fucked up shit to Christ and shit. You feel me? Like, I was really on some shit, and I really feel like I was like, we was really probably had, like, you know, like, evil spirits attached to motherfuckers and shit. That's why we had people, like, recommending certain shit to us and shit that we didn't even understand at that time. So I really had to, like, really think about all that shit that was going on, and really had to, like, tap in and be like, yo, like, I gotta switch the vibration and the frequency in myself and really look within and really, like, you feel me, switch shit up. So now when I write, I think harder now. Like, I think about what I write about. It's not about, like, trying to be cool. Like, so when I try to stay away from all that shit, like, all the evil fucking, you know, all the evil shit, like, anything evil, I'm not even trying to rap about it, like, cause it's just like, it's a energy, it's an energy that you attach yourself with. Like, that shit is strong, and I really believe in that shit. So
cool.
Yeah, man.
You got any questions, Quentin?
Nah, man. Like, I feel like this was a good interview.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. I haven't, like I said, I didn't do an interview in so long, so.
Yeah. You got any shout-outs?
Yeah, man. Shout out the group, Five Finger Posse. Everybody in Five Finger Posse. Shout out Wi-Fi God. Shout out Marcy Mane. Shout out Suave Guala. Shout out FHM Mook. Shout out Rip Eternal. Shout out Trippjones. Shout out CartierGod. Shout out High C. You feel me? Shout out everybody in the underground, man. Shout out B&B, Loko, Los. Everybody that's, like, doing anything, bro. Like, just keep going, bro. Because that's all we really can do. We only got one life, so gotta keep going and shit. Because if, you know, we can't complain, we can't stop, because if we do, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck. Life gonna keep going. So we gotta keep going as long as we here. You know, no matter what. So that's always one thing I learned. So, yeah, man. Shout out everybody, for real, for real. Everybody that's living, everybody that's breathing. Shout out everybody.
Shout out 5G.
Shout out 5G.
Thanks, bro. Shout out y'all. Shout out SleepWalker Entertainment, man. You know. Shout out y'all for having me here. Appreciate y'all.
Of course. Appreciate you for coming.
Yeah, this is like I be up North Philly all the time, so this is nothing. Like, I was like, damn, like, when I pulled up here, I was like, oh shit, nigga, this is like, the nigga live right on the corner and shit. Damn, I didn't know he was like, this is like the easiest spot I ever found.
Fact. Yeah, no, that's right there. Well, yeah, this is SleepWalker Radio signing off. 5G.
All right, y'all.
Thank you for coming
Yeah,
on.
man.
Till next
Love
time.
everybody, man. Everybody stay positive, stay based. 555, you know.
Task force.